Hello, everyone. Hi. Hello. Welcome, Scales of Destiny, Ancient Unknowns Episode 2. We are about to get underway, I think. There's not much else to say. So let's just do that. Everything's working. That's good, that's good. Then if I do this, we can say hello to everyone. Hello, everyone.
Hello.
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 There we go. See, everyone said hello. Let's just jump right in. Rando, why don't you give us an update?
Yeah, so last session was our first session. We started opening scene. We were already in the hideout of the Silent Partners. Avery Moore was leading the three of us down for a meeting with Genesis Pike, the leader of our organization, or the organization for which we're working. Had a brief meeting about what our goal is, which is ultimately to decipher what is in the center of Moralesh, the ringed city in which we find ourselves. We're on the very outermost portion, the outer ring of the city. We'd need to figure out how to get into the outer city and then into the inner city, which is also known as the Old City, which is solely kind of the domain of the cult of Semefi. And at the very center, there's a pyramid, a stepped pyramid. Might be full of goodies. So after a bit of kind of arming ourselves up from the supplies given to us, we headed out. We had been given a tip that weekly, just so happened to be the day that we are beginning, weekly, the cult sends out shipments, a group of 4 with like a small cart, out west across the savannah to a swamp. Partners have tried tracking them before and always lost them once they get to the swamp. So we decided our best way to find out more and maybe get into the inner city would be to try and find out more about that shipment. So we made our way across the savannah, perfectly navigating the open terrain, never getting lost once.
Never.
Ultimately making our way to where the obvious road heading west intersects the swamp. And while Saradur, played by Boreas, is what was tuning to a new fancy belt, Temerity and Breck were, just having a look about, and may have awoken some undead in the water. Kind of discovered that there is a magical veil around this area of the swamp that hides the visibility of these magic torches and everything else from the outside. So we decided to push deeper. Immediately presented by a rock that wasn't a rock that we just could not pass up the opportunity to poke at. I poked, Temerity punched, and Serdor lodged his axe in the not a rock, and that's where our friend sat up, kicking me into the water. And I guess we don't know for sure that the undead stone giant is unhappy with us, but I guess that's what we'll find out today.
Okay. I think you covered everything. So yes, the 3 of you find yourselves in a sticky situation. Sarador's axe has just been lodged into the foot of this stone giant who then sat up and, in the ensuing kind of motion, freed its body from the ground that it's kind of been engulfed in, and has sent the 3 of you flying backwards or into the water. You all have you're all in varying states of standing, literally. Some of you are standing, some of you are not. And the stone giant now is sat up, and it's got 7.5 feet of just upper body, and then another 6-7 feet of leg. It's about, like, that's just from a quick estimation of what the three of you can see. Breck, you are currently prone underwater.
Can I like splash? Is it like deep water, or is it I'm just face down in a puddle that's not too deep?
It's definitely water. Currently, from the shock of it, you're sort of splashed out. You're kind of floating, but you are submerged, if that makes sense.
Mm.
It's difficult to tell how deep it is. Temerity and Sarador, you are kneeling. You're not prone, but you are also able to see the creature that is now sat up. Breck, you currently cannot. It continues to stand and pulls itself to full height. And I believe we rolled initiative at the end of the last session, no?
I think so.
No, we did not.
No, we didn't.
Okay, well, first things first then, everyone. Just roll initiative for me. Okay. Hold on. Oh, bear with me a second, we need to do that again. Because I have 2 encounters up, so Sarador, just roll your initiative again for me.
Fix.
Okay. So Temerity, as the creature stands up, you see this tall, well, as the 2 of you, Sarador and Temerity, stand up, you see this tall creature who's just had a good chunk of about maybe a foot sort of cut into and sliced open, and is now sort of slothing open. The rest of its body looks... there's a weird effect you see as it stands up that it seems to be turning from a greyish, clayish, grey-blue colour to more of a brown, rotten flesh colour. And this effect seems to follow its body as it stands, and you hear cracking and groaning and scraping as it stands. And then it goes to take a step forwards, but Temerity, you're just a bit quicker than it, and you get to react first.
Just a reaction or complete action?
It's your turn first.
Okay. I jump out of the way. Oh, well, I have to get up first. Does that take away from my movement?
Yeah, half minute. No, because you're not prone.
Okay. Then I go and try and help Breck out of the water by reaching my spear in for him to grab onto it.
Which end are you poking in?
The blunt end.
Okay. So you poke the blunt end of your spear into the water to try and help Breck out. Breck cannot react yet, so is that everything you're doing?
Yeah, that's everything I'm doing.
Okie dokie. In that case... The giant is going to take a step forwards, and then it's just going to swing at you with his hammer, with his great club. Wait, let's target you first. Let's get rid of that one.
Oh.
Boop. Oh, never mind. Don't think 11 hits, does it?
Nope.
See a multi-attack? It does! It's going to hit you again. $13 doesn't hit either, does it?
Nope.
Okay, it's going to, in that case, just get right up in your business. So you're basically in between the legs, standing in between the legs of this stone giant right now.
Okay.
And then that's its turn. we now come to Breck. You've got Temerity trying to help you get out of the water. As you kind of compose yourself and you feel yourself floating in this water, but you're also sort of submerged, you realize that you're not floating, you are resting on something that, while the water is quite deep, there's just sort of something holding you up. And you've got maybe an inch of water above you, and then something below you. And then Temerity's spear kind of being haphazardly flung in front of you in the water. And a stone giant shadow you can see stood over her.
So... Well, that's tough. I assume it would take my action to pull myself out using the spear.
Well, you don't know.
Yeah. So, well, yeah, I guess. Having been twice in the water already and experiencing the joys of whatever is grabby down there, does this feel like the same kind of grabby thing that I'm resting upon? Or does it feel like mud?
Just make a nature check for me. It doesn't feel like mud.
Okay, so
there's a very it's kind of like a flan feel. You know, it's like a sort of sponge more than mud.
So, just assuming that this is the same things I've dealt with already, I'm gonna go ahead and once again grasp my charm and turn undead.
Okay. That's an action, isn't it? Okay.
Yep.
So as you sort of utter out your words to channel your divinity, you see like the divine pulse emanate from your body, similar as you did earlier on in the day, but this time, while the water around you dissipates and you start sinking, the creature above Temerity stays still and seems to have no effect. You are now sinking into more and more water.
Okay, and then, so I'm technically prone because I'm in the water. I don't know the swim rules off the top of my head, but I guess
It's
with my
half
movement.
movement.
Okay, so with my movement, I will try and just drag myself to shore using her spear, but as a movement. So I assume this spear maybe doesn't help me all that much versus regular swimming.
It helps guide you, but generally it's not much help. Your hands are slippy on the wooden pole as you try and pull up. Mostly just your legs kicking. You do manage to break the surface after a little while, but that is pretty much your turn at this point.
Okay, so but I'm no longer in the deep of the water,
No,
or
you're now out of the water. You're like you've broken the surface of the water. You just need to get to the surface now.
Okay.
Sarador.
Yeah, that's my turn.
Okay, axe is already out
Mhm.
since I smashed into the not rock. And
not
it's
rock.
right up in my business now. So first thing I want to do is I'm going to cast. It's at second level, I think this is Searing Smite.
Okay.
I picked the right one. Is that the fire one?
Yep.
That's the wrong one.
No, it's not.
I didn't mean to do that one. I think that's a fire one, but I didn't mean to do the fire one.
Oh, right, I see.
Can I just quickly? I meant to cast Branding Smite. So I'll just change my slots back to 2 out of 2 and then cast this one instead. Apologies.
It's okay, we forgive you.
Branding Smite instead. Lights up my great axe with a nice white hot light, I'd like to think.
Okay.
And then I'm going to have a swing at... I guess I could probably only reach the leg.
Yeah, it's tall. Even with your, 6 foot?
That's 6.5, I think.
So you're 6'5". You barely make it. You barely reach its waist. You're, it's tall. Two of you on top still wouldn't like crest its head.
Yeah. So I'm just gonna go for the big old swing on the thigh.
Okay.
With my great axe. Oh, that was on 18 for a bit then.
That misses, unfortunately.
Okay. Can I move around the back of it to get advantage and flanking, or would I be in the water then, I guess?
You could try, but you would be in the water.
Okay, I'll just go for the second attack anyway. I've got multi-attack, haven't I? I've not been crazy.
No, you're okay.
I'll do it, I? Yeah. Go on.
That one hits. So
21.
roll for your damage and for your smite, please.
Okay, well, so it won't let me roll. I can't just click to roll branding smite damage, so I'll just do damage for normal. This is my normal damage.
$16. Nice.
Oh,
nice.
did it do it? What rolled there?
So you got 1d12. Why did you roll 2d12?
I didn't.
I meant, why did it roll 2d12?
Oh, sorry.
No, it's okay.
I'll just get damage, yeah.
So
You can count that off, I'll just roll. Wait.
because the smite is
2d6. Yeah.
Plus 4 slashing, plus 1 slashing. I don't know, 16's fine.
Weird. I was hoping it'd be, well. Seems a bit low.
So roll 1d12. Do you re-roll less than 2?
No, I don't think so.
Okay.
I don't know. Maybe that's why, because it seems like roll a d12 then rolled another one, didn't it?
Yeah, and I'm pretty sure because you rolled a 2, the formula is saying 1d12 re-roll for R less than anything beginning with anything 2.
I'm trying to see where my ability would be that would be. Was that great weapon fighting, do you think? Oh, when you roll 1 or 2 on damage, okay, you can re-roll a die as much as you roll. That's what happened then, okay, got you.
Cool.
So now I need to roll the branding spike still?
Yes.
Right. Okay. Sorry, got there eventually.
No, it's fine, don't worry. So 16 plus 9 for 25.
Do I notice any, like the radiant damage doing any more to this thing, or not really?
It does seem to. The impact seems to, like you boof into it, and then there's just the sort of like just energy that you feel flow through you and flow through your axe that does seem to wobble the giant a little bit, but it seems its size is kind of keeping it pinned down, if that makes sense. Like it's not unbalanced, it's not losing its balance because of its size, if that makes sense.
Okay.
Oops.
Okay, I won't be moving. I've got my bonus action already, so that'll be me.
Okay, temerity.
Okay. Seeing that Brackheck seems to be fine, I take my spear back. I don't give any more assistance, and I try to ram my spear into the giant's upper thigh.
All right. And you miss.
Okay, then I'm gonna try that again as I have 2 attacks.
That one hits.
Cool. No. Great. And then I'm spending a key point to do Flurry of Blows, just to see whether it does anything this time, the unarmed strike.
Okay, so you have to drop your spear to do
No,
that.
I don't. I can do it one-handed. I used it one-handed. If I use it two-handed, I click versatile and it does a 1d8 plus whatever my damage is. You don't have to drop the spear. Otherwise, the monk could never do unarmed attacks. And I can also kick, for example.
Okay, just do it, whatever, sure. So roll damage.
And do that again.
Whoops, that's the wrong way around.
And one more attack because one more unarmed attack because Flurry of Blows is obviously 2.
That one misses.
Okay, cool.
So as you you kind of remove your spear from the ground, and in one sweep you push it up into the thigh of the creature, and then as you remove, you follow it with a punch or an elbow into the leg, and it kind of, you feel the knee buckle slightly, but it's still standing.
That's my turn. Not gonna move.
Okay. In retaliation, it is going to fling a blow down at you, Temerity. Okay. Cool. And then it's going to follow up with a blow down to Sarador. Amazing.
Being very lucky.
It's going so well.
He's
So
just woken up.
as you kind of stab and punch it, it swings its great axe down and trying to come onto you, and you step away from it. And then it sort of lifts it from the ground, and in the same action swoops it down onto Sarador, who does exactly the same thing. And yeah, and Brekek.
Yeah, so I guess I will start moving, if I can get on the shore there, and say, "Whoa, that really wasn't a rock," and everyone's looking okay, so I will probably just go ahead and bless the three of us.
All right.
I don't know how to target all three of us with that.
Alt click on everyone.
Got it. And that's my turn.
Okay. So you come out and you. What does your bless look like?
So again, based off of logic and reason and my faith that this organization is seeking to further knowledge, really I grasp the symbol of the partners, and this time, instead of just in my head, visually you see the Sherlocking math equations radiate out from me and encompass the party.
Nice. Nice. Sarador.
Right, I'm quite happy with that kind of damage I've been getting in. Feel quite confident now. Managed to dodge one attack. I want to cast. Right, where are you? Hello. I'm going to cast Shield of Faith on. Wait, who's got the lowest? I'd know who had the lowest AC out of all of us, wouldn't I?
I mean, you could take a guess
Yeah. I can cast on myself as well, couldn't I?
if you wanted to.
I can cast on myself.
Seems fair.
So basically, bonus action, yeah, just going to put my hand on my chest, and then just it's going to provide me with like a bit more, feel a bit more solid.
Mhm.
So my AC should be 20, but it is a concentration, so I understand it might go anyway. But
I mean, that
it's
would
not
require
bonus
me
action.
to roll well, and apparently that's not happening. So don't worry.
Yeah, I'm hoping. I'm just hoping it stays that way because you're pretty cute. Smug.
That just hits
Oh, with the bless.
with the bless.
That's the first attack.
Okay.
11 damage.
That one also hits. Nice. So 27 hit points of damage.
Nice. Yeah, pretty good.
Okay. Right. Okay. So, Temerity.
Yeah. Same thing again. I'm gonna try and ram. Oh, I'm just gonna do it again. Ram the spear into his upper thigh, trying to find a vital artery to, I don't know, kill him. I don't know, anything, something. Oh yeah, I was like, 16 doesn't hit. Damage. Normal damage again. Yep. And I'm doing that again. That doesn't hit.
Does not.
And then I take. I'm spending 1 key point to disengage. Step of the wind. I'm going to disengage and move 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. There. And that's my turn.
Okay.
Targeted the stone giant for that spell, by the way. I just realised I was targeting it for attacks.
So you gave the stone giant stone's endurance, not you.
Well,
So
not strictly, no. But
it's
I
fine.
just left it in.
Hang on, I can take it off. Well, at least I think I can take it off.
I wondered why the stone giant had a nice buffed glow going on.
Yeah, I
So
was.
I very the
I was kind
first
of.
round I forgot to target for a damage. So I'll target now and I won't forget.
That's all right. Okay, so since Temerity has run away, the stone giant's just gonna go back to you, Sarador.
Mm-hmm.
You should be able to recast. Just recast Shield of Faith on yourself before we go.
I do it out of turn. They let me do it.
You should be able to.
Okay. Turn off consume spell slot, so I won't use one. And I've targeted it again, one.
It's okay. Are you ready? Are you done? You got it?
Right, I'm targeting myself now. There we go.
Okay.
I know what I'm doing.
Come on. Roll well for me for once. Never mind. And then it's going to switch targets to Brekek. Probably
Now
miss
you'll hit.
again, let's be honest, but... Oh. 16?
That is my armor class.
Amazing! Meets it, beats it!
No, I should have done it on you.
I actually get to roll damage. I'm so excited.
Ooh.
You take 11 points of bludgeoning damage as the giant swings its axe down and tries to pummel Sarador into the ground, and then lifts it up and tries to pummel you into the ground, and actually does. You manage to just about step away out of the full range, but it grazes your front completely as you take the hit.
You hear, ah! That's it.
And then as it's going to stand there, and it's going to kind of, you see it close its eyes and take a deep breath, and as it releases the breath, you feel the body kind of, or you hear the body sort of like begin to grind and crunch again together, and seems to just be fine. Brekek.
Okay. So that hurt. But I've had worse. So... Oh wait, I'm in melee range. And I don't know how to roll dice well. So I'm definitely not using a ranged spell attack. Yeah, I'm gonna, I guess, go ahead and, seeing that he is still swinging, go ahead and cast Sacred Flame. DC 16 save. DC 16.
Okay, so target the creature.
Oh.
Oh wait, hang on. I can't really do anything on the wrong account. So, it makes its saving throw.
Wow.
And then it doesn't take any damage because it succeeded. Hooray!
Yeah.
Okay. Success.
And I guess I will just stand there and go. I thought you guys were hitting him. What's the deal? Can't you hit harder?
Nice.
And I'll end my turn with that burn.
Well, some of us are. And I'm just
Is blessed concentration?
Yes.
You took damage.
Oh yeah, roll a d20. Roll a Constitution saving throw. Please, Breck. Without the d4 because, but it doesn't matter. As long as you take half, you have to roll 10 or half the damage you took, which I think you did. So you're fine. You keep less.
Yeah, I don't know how to make it not at the d4.
It just does it automatically.
Yeah.
Okay. Sarador.
So yeah, my retort would be, I am hitting it, and I'm trying to look between the legs and see like temerities. Like trying to think, why is that like tough monk running away? Also, you said it stood there. I mean, did it look like it's fully like whatever damage we done to it is like it's all gone now? Like
It's difficult to tell damage-wise, because any cuts or impacts you make seem to just add to its further decrepitness. But it seems to have hardied. It seems to have like it's just taking a deep breath, basically composed itself.
Right. Okay. I'm a bit concerned about this, but I want to try to see if I can see any progress. So I'm going to keep swinging for now.
Okay.
And hope for the best. First attack, 8 damage. Second attack. That bless is helping out a bit.
It certainly is, yeah.
Should re-roll again. Yeah, we have to re-roll. Okay. 14
Okay,
on the second.
22. Okay, so describe your hits for me. What do they look like? What are you aiming for?
I think all of them so far are kind of going for the thigh. I'm trying to see if I can remove a leg. So I'm just hacking at the same bit of stone, I guess. Stony flesh. What kind of is the consistency of the leg?
It's difficult to explain. It seems like this creature was made from some form of natural stone, but the stone was its flesh, you know? So as it stood up and like ground together as it stood, it seems to have loosened and become less hard. The flesh that you're sort of smashing into now seems to be made entirely from stone also, but like a soft stone, almost like sandy water, like proper sandy water. And every time but instead of it refilling, it's just ripping slushes of flesh off, so you've kind of exposed a pretty hefty part of the bone now.
Yeah, I'm kind of like I'm at the butcher's, but I'm standing up. And obviously going for a vertical bone, just trying to get through this bone as fast as possible.
Basically. Temerity.
Okay, this little island, half island, whatever we're standing on, is it completely flat? Or is there any big boulders, any rocks around where the stone giant is?
It was the boulders.
Okay, so there's nothing else left
So
that
from
I could.
where it was literally just, it's now just left a small crater and cracks in the ground. There's no real cover or anything.
Okay. Well, okay, then I'm gonna run back in. And I am going to hit it with my spear again in the upper thigh. Yeah. Spear.
Flanking.
Am I flanking?
I don't know.
It doesn't matter anyway.
Okay. Did I target myself? I targeted myself. And I'm going to do that again with the spear.
Nice.
Okay.
Bonus action.
As you hit it with your spear, you manage to catch the leg, and your spear sort of slices. The first one slices through the leg, through all the muscle and sinew, and then the second one kind of collides with the bone, and it seems to catch the bone at the right angle, having been chipped away at, and it just cracks, and the whole thing just falls to the floor, and just there's a splash of water as it lands in the water, and it lands on the ground and just erupts in sort of like tremors all over the floor. So the whole ground is tremoring.
Okay, and the stone giant is dead.
I mean, obviously.
Okay.
I assuming we're out of initiative order, I'm just gonna Sacred Flame on the body of it as well, as the first of many experiments I'd like to do on this rock that's not a rock.
Okay.
I don't know if there's a saving throw involved or anything.
Not for a dead thing.
Okay. What do I see as the radiant energy enters the not a stone?
Okay. So you send off your Sacred Flame into the body, and you see the energy just touch it, and then there's a sort of delay of a few seconds as there's just flame touching the body, and then it just erupts into like a massive 14-foot bonfire. The parts in the water obviously don't burn, but the rest of the body that's on land is just engulfed in flame.
Oops. Now regular stone won't do that.
Generally, no.
Well, now that it's on fire, I probably won't poke at it anymore. I was gonna get in there, but I don't want to get burned.
Well, we should probably push the rest of it into the water. Because, I mean, don't get me wrong, they might notice when they come by that there's like missing boulders. I don't know, but they'll definitely notice a scarred undead giant.
I mean, do we want to even spend time trying to put the mud back in place? They're gonna know we were here, probably.
No, something was it. I mean, it's been a
Well,
week since they last been here.
We can give a shove. Which side? Back the way we came.
Didn't we determine there was some very faint tracks of like wheels going to the right? I might be wrong.
Vaguely, yes.
So maybe like to the north part, just sort of start push it and sink it into the water if we can, and then just. I'm not saying we like tidy up the area completely, but maybe it's a less obvious. There's a recent fight. If there's no big body in the way, it might still be smouldering. I'm gonna start trying to push the body into the water.
Okay. It's still on
I'll
fire.
help.
Still on fire. I will wait until it's not on fire.
Does it appear to be burning down? Like, is this a holy fire or it's now actually on fire?
I mean, it is a fire, but so it has only just started. It's difficult to determine whether it's going to continue to burn or whether it's going to sort of engulf the body and reduce the body. You know, it would require some waiting.
Okay, I'll probably I think we should wait and then we'll get rid of the body. But can I look around to see if we've stirred any other excitement from the water? Any other undead creatures?
Make a perception check. You notice in the areas where Brekek cast his turn undead, again, you're still within the minute. You notice that there is, again in the water, there's just an empty sort of clean zone, but everywhere else the water still seems to be that weird colour, that weird consistency, and you can't see anything else in the tree line that would catch your attention. It's all just looking clear so far, and you also don't see anybody coming towards you from where you came.
Okie dokes.
So, how do I undo a circle template?
Go back to the template thing, click on it, and then just click delete.
I guess we don't go around hitting any more rocks or potential rocks anymore.
Yeah. If are we waiting here for this to burn down, or do we want to move on? I think whatever mission they're on, whether or not they see a burnt corpse here, they will push on to where they're going.
More than likely, but if they can tell it's very recent, that might cause some more alarm.
I have also lit up, and I gesture around, several of the torches in the area that probably isn't normal, so...
But they won't see that unless they get into the area. The area just starts a few feet behind us, so they won't see that from a distance.
Well, no, but as soon as they get inside here,
But by
we need
that
to hide
time,
somewhere.
by that time, we are aware that they're here, so we can react to that.
If our goal is still to go to the next island and hide behind the stones,
I guess so. I mean, do those stones look big enough that we could hide behind?
I think at least one of them is high enough I could stand fully behind.
Yeah.
Be
Yeah,
fine.
yeah. I think we determined last time we could crouch behind them.
The question is, are they gonna come through and go behind us and we like get caught out, or it could be risky? Or do we just keep going on to the north and just island hop and get somewhere new?
Maybe where are they going? Is there a secret entrance somewhere? Are they just continuing on? Why is this area shielded or made invisible from the outside? Surely, if anyone wanders in by accident here, that's not very uncommon.
Although someone capable of doing this, and I point at the bonfire, maybe less common.
Yeah, I mean, are we gonna assume that's probably like some kind of bodyguard or well, guard of the route, maybe?
The fact that the whole area is undead, it's teeming with, gesturing to the water. Maybe he's not special. Maybe that's just what was here. And they know how to avoid uh, waking up the sleeping giants, as it were.
Maybe. When we got our assignment yesterday, she didn't. Well, not yesterday. Earlier today, she didn't say anything about any people who tailed the caravan, essentially the wagon, whatever, that anyone had gone missing, right? Everyone returned.
I believe everyone returned saying they had lost them, which
Okay.
I assume is right at the entrance, that they didn't follow them into the swamp.
Yeah, and they didn't. They probably. I think I said that last time as well. They probably tailed at a distance, then they were suddenly gone. They searched the area and never made it far enough in here to find this place.
Well, I'm happy to wait for this body to go out. As long as it doesn't take like an hour, I'm happy to chill.
How far out are we from them arriving here?
Still got a few hours.
Okay.
So, yeah, I suppose we could, stay warm around this bonfire.
I mean, do you need to
Wait,
rest up? We took a bit of a hit there.
I mean, that might be longer than we want to wait. If we want to wait a full hour, I certainly would take advantage of that.
But it depends. It depends what the plan is. If we just want to tidy up the area and then hide behind the boulders and wait for them to come here, then it doesn't matter whether we just wait an hour here and have a quick rest and catch our breath. But if we decide we want to move on and see what's beyond these islands towards the tree line, maybe, then we should get going.
Indecision.
If I look at the ice bridge, granted that was only maybe a couple minutes ago, and probably through this conversation my bless has faded, I would guess.
How long does it last for?
1 minute.
Yeah.
Um,
As has your turn undead.
Right. The ice bridge that we crossed over, how melted does that seem?
It's difficult to say. You can't really tell. It's still there in a physical form, but it's difficult to tell how physical and how structurally sound it is.
So another thing that shows maybe we've been through is this bridge, which on the one hand gives us a way out, on the other hand if we push forward, we're just leaving more marks of exactly where we went, besides footprints. If it hasn't melted in the few hours.
I feel like I can probably make it disappear if I need to. I will have to spend another key point, but I think I can just spend another key point and say, okay, it's melting now. I'm going back to where it was.
I could quite imagine it'll melt quite within the next couple of hours, you'd imagine, in like normal water.
So if this blaze doesn't seem like it's faded at all at this point, maybe the amount of time it will take, we could sit and heal, or maybe it would be worth at least going to the next island to have a look around. We can always cut back across to shove this guy in the water, but at least maybe get a little more understanding of, if we're going to do that hiding plan, where we might hide.
But what is there? So imagine they come into this area and see all of the disturbance that we have created. What is their alternative? Just turn back and go back to the city? Then we follow them.
Well, a bit more alert. I'm sure they do this all the time. They never get caught, do they? Or seems to never get attacked or anything. So I don't know. Just be the closest anyone's maybe got to them. Someone getting through the veil.
Yeah, this flaming boy definitely seemed well set in his spot. That has probably been here for years, not something they would have. If they were going to have had an issue with it, that would have happened already. So it's not like, I'm guessing they haven't had a lot of troubles. Maybe these items that they're taking into the swamp are some sort of tribute. Tribute for something that controls this area.
Sure. I'm just keen to. I don't see the need to jump across and come back again. Like, I think we should limit how many times we try to cross these undead waters. I'm down for the sitting here. If you want to rest and heal here, then we've got hours still before they come. I don't think we should bother going off anywhere else.
I think the main thing we would gain, if we wanted to look a little further ahead before resting, is to see if we can figure out where their path does lead. I think we all had the thought that this rock that's not a rock might have been a hidden entrance to something, and that's how they got in and out. Are they going fully into this swamp, or do they have a hidden entrance around? If we cross over, it looks like there's a decent amount of land to investigate over there before we take a rest.
I mean, I can also it could just be me who crosses over, so not all three of us have to jump these very undead, uncertain waters.
I can like my jumping ability.
I like the idea of me not crossing the water. That at least I'm down for.
You can just keep an eye on this thing, and whenever it goes out, if it ever goes out, you can push him into the water. And I have a look at the next island and see if there's anything of interest, any more magic spells that hide things. Who knows? I'm not very versed in magic, but if I suddenly vanish, you will notice.
Okay. Well, I mean, you're always average at jumping, so you should probably be able to make it. It's not very far.
Yeah, it's only 10 feet. I've jumped more than that.
I think what he's trying to say is that, you were never the greatest, but you may as well get rid of the weaker ones first.
That's a very easy jump. Should not fail, Very simple.
Confidence boost.
Yeah.
Make
so
sure you run for 20 feet first.
So I go ahead and sit down and start to prepare. I notice my hit points restored. I didn't do that.
Yeah, I had some hit points missing from last time as well, and they're back, and I don't know how.
Well, I know it was 11, so I'm at 39. Or, yeah.
Okay, so you're staying here. I'm crossing.
Yeah, I'll stay here.
I'll stay here. I think you'll need some help pushing the body in, Brickek.
When it extinguishes, yeah.
Yeah.
Okay.
Hey, DM. How do we cancel Bless? Is that something I need to do?
I can do it for you.
Okay, I see a trash can. But is that just for me?
I can do it for you. Observer can't.
Hmm.
Ali.
Oh.
Didn't need me after all.
I just re-clicked on the conditions bless, would it remove it if I clicked it again like on there? Probably.
There you are.
That's that like background ambience I thought was like an alarm going off or something outside the window.
No, it's fine. You're okay.
Alright, so I will prepare to take a short rest while Temerity explores. I won't actually give myself the short rest until.
Yeah. Yeah. I'm just gonna go take a run up here until this point, and then on this point jump over to the other side.
Okay.
Do you want me to roll anything, or am I okay to just run? Jump.
Make an athletics check. Yep, you make it. Easy peasy.
Have I don't remember whether I've been to this island previously in the
No.
last session. Okay. Yeah, then I have a look around at the puddles, at the boulders. I don't touch anything, but I'll just have a look around if there's anything that stands out to me as being fake rock again and another stone giant or something like that.
Make an investigation check.
Yeah, I'm very skilled in investigation. Yeah, okay.
Well, you could deduce that it's definitely the biggest sort of outcrop of land here. And there are two boulders sort of sticking out. There's two pools that seem to have the same nasty sort of brackish consistency to them as the rest of the swamp itself. And that's kind of all you pick up. There's nothing else really noticeable.
I'm going to hit this one specifically, this rock specifically again, just to see whether it's as squishy as the other ones. Just with an unarmed strike.
Okay.
Who knows?
I mean, you glance off it. It doesn't have the same feeling that you would think that it would.
Okay.
But I mean, you grazed it.
Okay. Nothing interesting here, guys.
Do you see any cart tracks? Can you see where they went?
Not really.
I wonder if that means there is a secret door, or if they just are better at covering their tracks than we are.
Or if Temerity can't spot obvious signs, maybe.
I saw you punch the rock. Is it a squishy rock?
No, it's a normal rock, I think.
What about the other one?
Sure. I'll punch the other rock, just because I'm gullible.
So use your head.
No.
No, like common sense.
You hit this one, you get a far better connection with it, but again, the same sort of thing. It doesn't feel the same. It doesn't have the same reaction Sarador had. So, you're not sure.
Just a normal rock again. Okay. I'm gonna keep going.
Okay, I can see you. I assume I can still see the far end of the next jump. That 85 feet. There's no fog or anything obscuring our vision.
No, it's not dark. You can see that far.
Okay. I won't be able to help if something goes wrong, but I trust your jumping, so.
Nothing will go wrong.
Okay.
Just
jump
chilling
over.
until the fire goes out. So.
Yeah, I'll jump over this one again. Same thing. I'm gonna have a look around, and I'm specifically looking for cart tracks this time, because I sort of forgot the last time.
You don't see any cart tracks.
Okay. And nothing else stands out on this island, sort of.
Not really.
Okay,
It's
and the
just
water.
It's
Sorry.
just the same.
Okay, and the water is still the same here.
Yep.
Okay. Nothing here either. I jump back.
Okay. You jump back over that one.
And I just make my way back to them and then jump over that one again. Oops, I lost my athletics check. And there we go. Oh. Do I still make it?
No.
Shit.
This time, on the other end, you didn't really even need to roll. You just sort of jumped over and it was fine. This time, as you come back, you're sort of confident that you've staked the area out properly and that you haven't missed anything. But as you're thinking about what you've seen, your foot slips and you sort of descend into the water before you can really launch off, and so you only really get halfway across. So you only get to like here before, with like the level of propulsion you can get from jumping from water.
Okay. I assume I land face forward or something in the water.
You just land in the water. Like there's no, you don't hit the ground or anything. You're just sort of now floating in water.
Okay. I swim the rest of the way to the other side and pull myself out.
I'm just watching, so.
The two of you see Temerity return, and as she jumps over, or tries to jump over, she slips and lands in the water, and she climbs out, and she's now just, from like the top of her chest downwards, just drenched in like gross swamp water. Same as Rakek, to be fair.
Did anything grab you? I say.
No, it's fine. It's fine. I just sit by the fiery giant and try to dry my rope off.
Why do they only grab me?
Maybe you're more of a snack.
Maybe.
I say sit here nice and dry.
Yes, there isn't the giant still hasn't gone out. It's still burning quite nicely. It seems there's enough there to, keep a good fire going for a while.
This was not anywhere close to an hour, right?
Not yet, no.
So, while continuing to bandage, I say, well, are we going to keep waiting here? Or what's the plan?
Well, did you find any tracks over there, Temerity?
No tracks whatsoever. I couldn't even find footprints or anything.
But we found some like over this kind of area, but none over there. So either they cover their tracks better up that way, or they don't get that far.
Maybe.
Or there's some other magic means. I mean, there's magic in this area, and maybe there's some other means. Maybe the lights are a clue. Can we light all the lights? Or there's quite a few there, aren't there?
There are,
I mean, yeah.
and some of them are still pulsing.
Yeah, they seem to respond when you apply a little bit of magic to them, but not in any pattern that I can recognize. Actually, can I think hard while resting about if I recognized a pattern to the lights?
It doesn't seem something that your expertise would kind of fall into. You do think about it, and you think long and hard, but it just seemed that when you cast, I think it was thaumaturgy, wasn't it?
Yep.
On some of them, a whole kind of slew lit up, and then you came over to this one by the giant's now dead corpse, and before it got crushed by the giant, which it has been, it was, you did something else. I can't remember quite what it was.
I think I did thaumaturgy on it as well.
Oh, okay. This one seemed to react differently.
Right. So
different torches did different things.
That torch did, yeah.
Yeah, so there's two more over there. I gesture down toward where Temerity crossed that I haven't done anything with. We can see if they're different or the same, or I guess if the cart track doesn't continue, maybe the one that was different here was marking something.
I don't know.
I think we messed with the torches more, but I think you're the only one with the kind of magic, so maybe after you've rested.
Yeah, I would like to rest up. So I guess if we're just sitting here, anything, keeping an eye toward the direction of Moralesh.
Okay.
Maybe glancing back across the water, eyeing the water periodically for any undead grabbies.
Anything creepy crawly. Okay.
Yes.
Right. Well, I will be right back, and in that time, you can rest and talk and stuff. I'll wait you a moment.
I would like to meditate to get my key points back, so I can't talk.
Okay. Stumped. I feel like 3 different options. One, we hide behind the rocks. 2, we just keep going and just possibly go the complete wrong way and lose everything anyway. Or 3, come out of the shroud, out of the veil, and hide the other side somehow, and then follow them through as soon as they go through. But
I mean, what is our goal with them, though? What do we want to do? Do we want to ambush them and kill them? Do we want to infiltrate them? Do we want to just follow them quietly? What is our goal?
I think just follow them quietly, really, wasn't it? I mean, if you have to kill them, we'll kill them, but I kind of almost feel like it's a bit of a red herring following these guys anyway. Like, what's the point?
Well, our ultimate quest is to find out what they're doing in the center, and whatever they're bringing here comes from there.
Yeah, I mean, obviously it links. There's some reason why they come out here, but will this help us get in there? I mean, I guess maybe.
I mean, if we have to talk our way in through some guards who are used to dealing with the cult, something we find might help us lie our way in, having some specific knowledge that only a cult member would have.
I guess we could follow these guys at the very least. Maybe if we have to fight them, keep one alive to question and ask how to get in safely, how to stay, not dead when we go inside there. Yeah, I mean, any kind of information we get from them is probably the most important part here, I guess. Yeah.
So other than playing with torches more, I could use thaumaturgy to try to turn down the flames on this. I can cause flames to flicker, brighten, dim, or change color for 1 minute. So I don't know if I can dim it down to the point where we'd be able to shove it in, or...
Yeah, I mean, it can't last too long. You have to wait still for an hour anyway, so I'd be surprised if it's still burning after an hour of short rest.
I suppose if we leave the swamp and attempt to catch them on the return and see if they're like, whoa, that was crazy. There's that big flaming pile of giant. Our old pal Steve, someone killed him. Or maybe, holy crap, I can't believe that stone that didn't seem right was actually a giant.
Absolutely outstanding. So, are you settling down for a short rest?
Yeah.
Okay, so you settle down, you have your short rest.
I meditate for 30 minutes.
Which does?
Giving me my key points back.
Okay. As you sit down for your rest, eventually the giant's body does start to, burn up. The fire doesn't die down because there's just so much of it. But with it being undead, it's not, the body isn't good enough to just live, but sort of dry out. It's already dry, so it just burns and burns and burns. It would take a long time for you to sit around and wait for it to burn down itself. Even during your hour, it continues to burn.
So it is consuming and decreasing just at a very slow rate.
Yes.
It's not like a magic torch that just stays lit forever.
No. It's not an infinite light. It's just
such power I thought I had.
Alas, no. So, what's the plan now?
So I finish bandaging myself and just to see what I can do, I'm gonna use thaumaturgy to try and decrease the flames on this giant.
The giant, okay.
Yeah.
So you cast thaumaturgy, and you manage to reduce some of the flames. There's so much of it that, it's like trying to put a house fire out with a cup of water.
Yeah.
You manage to get some areas down, but it just seems to continue burning in other places that then, consumes the same areas you put out. It would take a lot of thaumaturgy and probably more than just you to put it out or even reduce it sufficiently.
So that plan didn't work, but do I play with more torches, or what do we want to do?
We got some torches, I think. Like, this might have to leave this body here now.
Yeah,
Just hope for the best.
we will see them coming before they see it, unless
Mhm.
they are able to pierce the veil that we can't.
True.
Okay, so I'm allowed to play?
Yeah.
Okay. So I walk over this one I'm near, and I cast Thaumaturgy on it, attempting to dim the flame.
Dim the flame.
Hmm.
Okay. As you aim to dim the flame, and the flame does dim slightly. You cast your thaumaturgy again, and aiming it at this light, and the flame seems to dim, but the light seems to remain despite having no source. And instead of being like beams of light, it now seems to be almost like granules, just sort of floating in the air in sort of spirals and in patterns, and almost like constellations and galaxies in the sky, just sort of floating there in like a sort of contained 5-foot sphere, essentially.
So that is a third different response.
Yes.
Hmm.
We tried to do 3 different things, though.
I think I've always tried dimming them because I wanted
No.
to see.
The first time you did something different.
You tried to, yeah, I can't remember quite what you did, but you didn't try and dim them.
Yeah.
But each time, even the second time you did it, I think you did the same thing as the first, and it then it gave you a different response.
What if I go over to the one all the way out at the tip? Actually, I don't have to approach it, but that's the one I'm targeting. Watch this, and use the one I know I haven't done is I try to change the color to a. Actually, I say, Temerity, what's your favorite color?
Brown.
Well, that's no good, and I make it a green flame.
Okay. The green flame you summon doesn't appear, and then there's a few seconds of nothing, of more nothing, and then tiny little dots, almost like from those disco machines that put out like little beams of light, almost like there's one of those being shone from the sky down onto the floor, and it's just like little pixels on the floor.
What color of pixels?
It's difficult to say, but they just look like fire.
Are these just torches that are stuck in the ground?
Yeah.
I picked this one up. This one that I'm right next to.
Okay.
I pick it up and don't do. I just look at it, see if it does anything.
You pick it up and you try and pull it out of the ground. Make a strength check. You kind of grab one hand and you think it's going to be easy to pull out, and as you pull, nothing happens, and you wrap your second hand around it and you put all your body weight behind it, and it budges maybe half an inch, 3 or 4 centimeters, and that's about it.
They're just made of wood, right? Just wooden torches?
Seemingly.
This is weird. I can't pull it out of the ground. It's like something is holding it at the bottom.
Isn't there also a chance these torches might be, I don't know, like keeping the undead in place, maybe?
Maybe.
I take a step back. In that case, I don't want to mess with it.
I mean, it's just a possibility that, surrounding the water, these undead seem to just be quite calm, but underneath there, unless we throw ourselves in there. But I'll see what happens anyway. Let me try, and I'll try to pull that the same one, and well, at least I can help you pull that one out, maybe.
No, I'll let you do it. I'll let you do
Make
it.
a strength check, Sarador.
Actually, the fingernail of an undead stone giant.
Oh, one better.
You, same as Temerity, you get both hands around it and you pull and you pull and you pull and you pull, and you barely even wiggle it this time. It seems fairly stuck in place.
Must be magical.
Seeing the athletes fail, I want to walk up and hit it with my mace. So not trying to pull it, just trying to move it at all.
Make an attack roll.
I can roll good when it doesn't matter.
You sort of how are you swinging? Are you swinging down? Are you swinging across?
Like sideways, yeah. Like
Okay.
trying to tilt it.
So you smack it from right to left, from your perspective, and as you make contact, you feel a shockwave from the end of your mace all the way up through your arm and into your shoulder, and then you just hear a, and the torch just snaps in half.
Okay.
And the light disappears.
Huh.
Make a perception check for me, Breck.
Uh-oh.
You feel a slight rumble after the shockwave has left your body, and the torch is snapped. There's just an ever so slight rumble in the floor.
Anybody else feel that? This is like a stone giant standing up. At least that's, in recent memory, the closest thing I could compare it to. Who wants to leave?
Not unless something comes out and tries to murder us, yes. Well, something else.
I step back from the torch. Is it still continually rumbling?
It was only a quick rumble, and only you felt it because of your, past in underground situations. But you felt it, and it was definitely there.
Would it remind me of? So I have an ability to, sort of blend into a stone wall, which I used many, many times to evade people seeking me. In doing so, I have found secret passages through stone tunnels, and did have a habit of hitting stone, trying to see if I could pass through. Did it feel like times that I've hit a stone wall that had hollow space on the other side?
No.
Okay. Did it feel like when I was standing by a stone that wasn't a stone and someone chopped it and the stone giant started to stand up?
I mean, it's a very specific thing, but it's not what you felt.
Okay. Well, I don't know what happened, but something happened. Part of me wants to smack some more torches just to see what could happen, but I also know I have a tendency to put myself in situations where I might die.
I don't think we should tempt fate. We should.
No.
Though if the cart stops here, what if the rumbling is of a mechanism that drains this area of the swamp leading into
That's
a
what
hidden
I'm
door?
thinking. What if that rumbling that you hear is maybe the start of a door opening of some sort?
Someone else wanna take a quick swim? Someone who's good with water?
Swim? I don't think any of us should really swim.
Well, maybe just like a quick bath, just like a head under. See if there's anything interesting down there.
I vote. See, I think this maybe there's a door hidden somewhere. These torches are magically hiding it. Maybe whether they're broken or deactivated, maybe it reveals the door. Obviously, they don't break them, otherwise they'd have to keep replacing them. But we don't know how to deactivate them, so if we hit them, maybe we reveal something.
Smash them all.
I mean, we might as well try another one at least.
I mean, why not, right?
Yeah, I mean, if you pull a lever and it makes a sound, and there's another lever, it just makes sense to see if it also makes the same sound.
Yeah, exactly. And if we have to run away, we'll run away.
I don't even wait. And I take an attack at the one that I'm standing by now.
Go for it. Roll for an attack. You hit this one, not quite as sweetly as the one previously. But this time, instead of getting like a nice swoosh, you get more of a swish. And it comes down at an angle instead of straight across. The same result though. You make contact and there's like a shock wave up your arm from your mace into your shoulder. And the torch cracks and shatters onto the ground. And then there's an ever so slight rumble under your feet.
Directly under me.
It's difficult to tell. It's difficult to tell exactly, but
it felt the same as the last time.
Yeah.
So that was same result. Interesting.
We still didn't feel the rumble, did we?
No.
Do a couple more.
Just to further experiment. Can I just take my mace and just overhead swing as hard as I can, just straight down at the ground?
The ground from where you're stood now?
Yeah. So north of me, towards Serador.
Okay. Make an attack roll. See if you hit the ground.
If anyone can miss it.
You hit the ground. You'll be pleased to hear. What effect are you going for? Do you want to just see if there's any...
I just want to see if I feel that same rumble or if it is specifically to do with something with these torches.
Okay. You smack your mace against the floor and there's like a dull thud as your mace makes contact. Nothing else happens.
I didn't feel it that time, so there's definitely something to the torches, whether it's good or bad.
Probably good.
They are the key to something. Well, if you think it's good, then I'm fine to continue. Temerity, are you?
Rick, can you do me a favor? Can you do the thing again that makes the water clear?
Yes. Which water?
Just somewhere up here. Oops, sorry. Somewhere up here.
Okay. Yeah, I'll stand right where this torch was. Grasp my symbol and use Turn Undead.
Okay.
To hopefully have the same effect of a 30-foot cleared area.
Okay.
Do you get your channel divinities back on short rest?
According to this, yes.
Yes. That's fine. Okay. So yeah, from in a 30-foot radius circle of you, you manage to clear out the water.
I step into the water and take a swim underwater and have a look if there's anything I can see.
Make a perception check. You see water, and that's about it. You see water, you see the floor, you see a kind of weird barrier of energy keeping the brackish water away from you, and that's about it.
I'm going to be dumb and I'm going to swim right to that, like to the edge of that barrier.
Okay.
I'm gonna ask. Well, as she's swimming, I'm gonna ask. Sarador, can you hold my ankles while I just peer under?
Sure.
Okay. I'll. Oh.
Oh, oh,
I will bend over and
oh.
just kind of face into the water and look around as well.
Okay. Make a perception check. You
It's nearly
see
good.
the ground underneath you. This goes deeper than you thought. You have like a foot or two on the shoreline that's quite shallow, and then it just drops, and it goes very deep. But you can't see anything other than that, really.
Okay.
Sorry, go on.
I pull back up then and go, huh. I don't see anything either.
Can I see anything beyond the barrier of where I am, where the clear water is, in the murky water?
No, it just looks murky and brackish and nasty.
What if I stick my hand into it? Can I feel anything?
You stick your hand through the barrier and make a dexterity check for me.
Dexterity check. Okay. Oh, my dex is so high. This is no.
Well,
how far? No, it doesn't matter. You put your hand out past the barrier, and before you get a chance to react to like the sudden cold that overcomes your hand, and like a slight tingling that goes through your fingertips, before you get a chance to pull your hand back, you are grabbed and pulled, like further underwater, out this direction. You are.
Do I see that happen?
No. At this point, you've already lifted your head, and so you're above water, and Temerity is now being held down underwater. So as far as you know, she's still kind of like underneath. You know she's under there somewhere, but you don't know where.
Always showing off her swimming.
Yeah.
It's a little rude because I am not a good swimmer, and it feels like it's showing off, which I know you athlete types, that's a thing you do, but...
Well, we don't... I mean, it's not too much swimming that we do. It's more like, track and field, Ironman kind of like events. Like, swimming isn't really a thing we normally do, but I guess she's quite dexterous, and maybe she can hold her breath quite a long time.
Well, while she does, I'm going to go dry off, and I make my way back over toward the flaming giant.
Back to your impromptu bonfire.
Yep.
Yeah, I'll just join you because I've probably got my hands a bit wet holding your ankles.
It's not so bad once you have a big fire going.
Whatever's dragging me, I'm trying to struggle against it, obviously.
There's no surface ripples or...
No, it's like the water is calm. It's been pretty calm this whole time. It flows a little bit, but not much. And in the clear part that you've created, it's even calmer. And then past the 30 feet, it gets really murky. You can't see into it at all. Temerity, what's your Constitution modifier?
+2.
Okay, so you've been drowning for a minute at this point. So you have 2 minutes left. Make a strength saving throw for me. Okay. You manage to release your hand from whatever's grabbing you, and you start to pull your way up. And as you sort of look up in the direction you're trying to swim, this is the most pathetic swimming ever, you don't seem to be making any progress, and it takes you a moment to realize that this cold tingling has kind of started on your feet and your legs, but this time more like you're being pricked by needles. It feels like more than one hand is grabbing each leg, and any progress you're making is immediately being counteracted by just being pulled back down. Looking around, you can see no physical creature, or at least around you on the same level. Looking down, you just see darkness and shadow.
Okay.
So it's been that minute. Is that including the time, her initial look around the safe area and the drowning time, or
Yeah, so that
the minute
includes
since she?
that includes jumping, like going in first, you going in, having a look, coming out and having a chat with Sarador, and also being dragged away. So all of that happened quite quickly.
I
mean,
think
it's-
it's been a minute. I'd be a bit concerned that I hadn't seen them crest the water.
Yeah.
Where we saw her dive in the water around here, but
I mean, the minute is gone as well, and your channel divinity is gone, and I'm not back up.
So yeah, that is a cause for concern as well.
I guess the water's filling up again the same way it was before.
Or wait, yeah, does it immediately return to brackish, or does it
Pretty
stay
much
kinda clear?
in the same way it sort of spreads outwards, it immediately starts coming back in, like filling into a sinkhole.
Okay. I saw the direction that she was swimming in. Can I? I suck at jumping. Can I make a jump for, or say, Sarador, toss me? Something's wrong, and attempt to head in that direction.
Well, in the water.
In the water.
Sure. Are you sure? Like, obviously, you know.
I mean, not that I doubt her swimming skills, but this does seem long, and my experience with that water is bad.
I'm just thinking, like,
My plan is to clear out another area in hopes that we can both make it back.
okay. I mean, look, I didn't see which direction they swam in. I'm gonna guess. I could guess, but which way do you want me to throw you?
I mean, northwest. I point out the direction I saw her swimming while my head was underwater, kind of pointing, in that direction.
Okay. How far do you want to go?
As far as you can throw me. I'm not the best swimmer, but it seems like the water's safe once it's clear.
Meanwhile,
yeah.
Temerity, as you're underwater and these creatures are grabbing hold of your leg and keeping you dragged underwater, after the first sort of minute or so, you take 11 points of just piercing damage after having your legs just ripped into.
Oh God.
And they're just sort of shredding. That, like, these creatures have, whatever they are, they seem to have nails that are just gripping hold and trying to keep gripping, so they just keep taking their claws out and re-stabbing you every time. And then you take another 12 points after the second minute. Anything Sarador and Breck want to do?
Yes.
Well,
Do I get to do something in that
I
minute?
mean, you can try. You're being dragged under.
Yeah, you tell me whether I can do that, because I'm not entirely sure how this works. But I want to do Shape of the Flowing River again, spend a key point, and lower the water around me in a 30 30 by 30 feet square. I'm not sure. It doesn't say whether it's verbal or anything, so I don't know.
It doesn't give you any information. It's like you can just do this, but to
Yeah,
what extent?
It just says spend a key point. It doesn't even say how long it lasts and stuff like that.
I mean, you can try.
I mean, at this point, I would probably be very panicked, and that would feel like my last resort. So I am trying to shape the flowing river and lower the water around me enough so I can breathe, because I don't know how deep it is. If it's more than 30 feet deep, then I don't think I can lower it all the way. But yeah, just lower it enough at the point where I am so I can breathe.
You channel your inner ki, sort of try and use the training you've trained all your life for, and attempt to lower the level of the water. To you, where you are now, it doesn't seem to help. You don't get pulled above water to get breath. You just still see water ahead of you, above you, around you, everywhere. Breck and Sarador, you do see a kind of dip in the water appear, and it only goes sort of 10 or 15 feet down, but it's just sudden, have no explanation, almost like a whirlpool, just without the whirling, and the water just seems to dip into itself.
There! I assume it's near where I was sort of pointing, the general direction of trying to tell Sarador where to toss me.
Why would you swim all the way out there? Oh well. I'll grab you and I'll try to throw you towards that whirlpool.
Okay, make a strength check for me.
With advantage, because I'm trying to also leap from his, or no. Maybe me struggling would make it harder.
I don't think it would work like that.
Yeah.
Okay. Hope for the best.
Okay. Describe your throw for me.
Right, so I'm going to grab one leg and one arm, both from one side, and spin around 360, and then release. Kind of like, I should do it 2.5 times like a discus, because I'm used to doing that. I'm going to throw him like a discus, but I'll hold the leg, spin around and let go, aiming at that direction.
Okay, roll a d4 for me.
Okay.
Okay. You manage to get him quite far, and he gets launched into the water into about here.
I thought you were doing direction for the D4.
No.
I was like, oh, that seems a bit harsh.
You throw him backwards.
I was like, oh.
So I'm like, as soon as I hit, trying to look to see if I can see through the water. Pretty much though, as soon as I feel anything touch me or I see her, I'm planning to channel divinity, turn undead again to clear an area. If I don't see her and nothing touches me, I probably won't sink all that deep before I do it anyway.
Okay. There's a moment of like the water impact, and there is a moment where you kind of have to adjust, and in that moment you do feel things clawing at you, but you manage to compose and send off your channel divinity in time, and the water around you clears, and you just start to drift slowly down.
I mean, I would attempt to swim, tread water while looking around.
I mean, yeah, you do end up underwater, however, because you have just been yeeted into the water. So that's kind of what I mean, is like you've been yeeted into the water. Your first instinct, instead of trying to catch yourself, is to channel divinity. So as you're sort of casting your ability, you're sinking. But then once you compose yourself, you're not quite so bad. Temerity, you hear a splash somewhere near you, upwards and to your right slightly, and then all of the clawing hands just disperse, and the water becomes so much clearer around you.
I immediately try and kick upwards towards the surface.
Okay.
I was gonna say I'm looking around to see her, but I'm mostly worried about myself not drowning.
Yes. What armor are you wearing, by the way?
Scale mail.
So fairly chunky armor.
A little chunky, yeah. 45 pound.
Yeah, so it's quite difficult to keep yourself up and going. You have to put quite a bit of strength into it. But both of you do manage to get to a point where you're treading water on the top of the surface now.
I was gonna say, what were you doing? I say in short bursts as I manage to get my mouth above water.
As I assume my legs are still hurting because of whatever clawed at it is still like, it's not clawing at it anymore. But so I'm quite out of breath. I'm in pain, and I just look around. I was just trying to look around. I just wanted to see what was going on, and I bolted towards the shore of the little island here.
I do whatever poor swimming equivalent of bolting towards the shore I can do as well.
Okay, because neither of you have a swimming speed, it's half movement. For Brekek, it's double half movement, so you only get a quarter of your movement because, you've got scale mail as well.
So 5 feet per round,
basically, yeah. But
still 20 for me. 1, 2. Alright, cool.
But because your channel divinity lasts a minute, you're fine. Exhausted, tired, injured, and yeah, shaken a bit.
How did you get all the way over there?
Something grabbed me and just pulled me. As I pull myself back on the shore, what do my legs look like?
They've just been shredded.
I reach over, and if I find the spellbook, I have too many heals that I have never used before because I've never played a cleric. Touch, yeah. And I cast Cure Wounds at 2nd level. On Temerity.
Okay.
If I can, 2nd level. Healing?
I thought they couldn't reach into the area where Breck has done his stuff though.
She was exploring the safe area. Did it begin to collapse on you?
No, I reached into the other area.
Oh.
That seemed on wires.
I just wanted to see what it was. It's not. I couldn't see any figures. I couldn't see, I just felt hands holding me. I don't know.
Well, on the plus side, now you believe me that I was being grabbed.
I believed you before.
Oh.
Yet still okay. You know what? I'm fine.
I don't know if I correctly targeted you, but 14.
That's fine. I did it manually.
Okay.
I'm smacking this torch. Just walking away from this and smacking this torch.
Okay, make your attack roll.
Yeah, I'm drawing off by big bonfire again.
You hit it, and similar to when Breck does it, you swing your axe and you just the impact. There's like a moment where the axis momentum stops, and there's a shockwave through your arms to your shoulders, and then you slice through the torch, and it just shatters into hundreds and hundreds of pieces.
Okay, and I don't feel a vibration.
You can make a perception check.
Or notice anything different, I guess.
There's the briefest of moments where you think you feel something, but not being quite as in tune with the ground as Breck. You can't definitively say there was something.
Okay.
That torch is still standing, right? The one out at the very tip?
Yeah, I
that's
think
Yes, that's the one you thaumaturgied recently.
Yes,
So-
that is not green, but has little bits of disco ball light.
Yeah.
Have we tried just touching them, by the way, and like doing anything with them?
Yeah, I tried to pull it out of the.
I mean, like the fire, the flame.
Okay, no.
I do think I've learned something, though. I think I hate swamps. And while it does not smell fishy, I am tempted to agree with Sarador's earlier comment that this may be a red herring. Maybe we're letting ourselves be distracted. Although, I really want to know what's going on out here in this swamp.
How about we just check up behind the rocks at this point and just wait or behind the flaming giant, I don't even care anymore. And just wait for them to come.
They might check the giant. Let's go behind the rock up there and just see what happens. They're gonna know someone's here, obviously. Broken torches, flaming giant, but
I mean, I don't know if I can swim across that water. And I can no longer clear the water, so every time we cross the water is potential life and death for me, at least.
I can make that little bit ice again, a little ice bridge if you want me to.
That does make us less hidden. I don't
I-
know if I
Can also make the ice disappear again.
Oh.
for safety's sake, let's do it. What if we go up here and do it like across here, get behind the rock and just wait it out?
I'm using another key point to shape the water and make this area to ice so we can cross easily.
Okay.
Ding.
You can meditate anyway, can't you? And get the key points back.
I think I can only do it one. Oops, shit. I can only do it once per day.
Okay.
I think you can only have. No, you can't have just one short rest per day. But and as I have crossed, I'm spending another key point to just make it not ice anymore.
Okay.
So there are torches we could play with here, or do we just want to not take any more risks?
And I know Timot's already looked around here, but we haven't been on this side yet. Maybe we should have a look around, see if we noticed anything that they missed. And then, because let's just not worry about breaking anything else.
True.
So I'm gonna look for tracks and
yeah, it's same
anything
thing.
unique.
Okay, make a perception check for me, both of you. Nice. You see the faint aftermath of what seemed to be tracks through the swamp, kind of heading in this direction. Sarador, following the tracks this way, you see footprints in the same sort of area. This is the first time you've seen footprints. Make a follow-up investigation check for me.
That's good.
There are footprints.
Can I point the footprints out to Brack?
Okay.
Or I don't want to cheese another investigation check, but
They
like I
seem
said, I'd point out.
they're very
Yeah.
faint. Like the tracks themselves are, visible now that they've been pointed out. But the footprints are kind of there. You only notice them because you rolled well. But it's difficult to tell number, direction, and intent.
So I am standing between the rocks and kind of looking side to side, having concluded my look around. And are they? Which one is taller than the other? Are we going to be kind of split up in our hiding here, or?
The one Temerity is next to is taller, by maybe a foot. The other one is smaller, but is a bit more, plump at the bottom, I guess. They seem rockish.
I guess that I take your bait, and I not swinging hard, but just with my mace poke. Do I get the same result as Temerity's earlier punch, that this seems different than the stone giant foot?
Yeah.
Seems like a normal stone.
It seems rockish, yeah.
Rockish. I don't like the ish.
I point out, sorry to everyone, that the direction where the tracks go towards that light there.
Yeah, so
it
it
probably
seems
goes deeper in.
So it seems, unless we want to go ahead and go deeper instead of waiting, seeing those cart tracks, if we think they then crossed the water, it seems this would be the boulder to hide behind, and yeah, approximately over here, and they would be coming probably the same direction we came and crossing that way.
Most likely. I mean, it'll hopefully be dark by then as well, so it should be easy to camouflage ourselves. But it's still not much to hide behind.
I mean, you would have no way. Well, no, I think I need to look at this. So I have the ability to meld into stone. Once I'm in there, I can't really see out, but I can sort of hear out. So if you tapped on the rock while I was I can literally hide in the rock. You would just have to let me know that it's safe to come out. I can stay in there for up to 8 hours. So
I mean, that's pretty good. The main thing is you're the one because you're the size of you are, a bit easier to hide anyway.
We can just crouch behind here. They won't be able to see us.
True, and if it's dark with the torchlight around, as long as we're in the shadow of all of the torches, they're not gonna probably look too deeply into the shadows. Then again, there's a giant flaming giant just over there, which may make them on edge anyway.
But they will stop and investigate that first and not come over here. So we will have the ability to prepare ourselves to flee, to whatever. Just stay hidden for now and wait it out until we hear them approach.
Yeah. Plus, we haven't done anything on this side. We haven't destroyed any torches. This side, as far as they're concerned, no one's been over this side. Someone's just dealt with the other side. Maybe got lost in the water. Maybe afterwards.
Yeah. Hey, DM, what do I see over here? Like, does this chunk of land continue, or is it pretty immediately water as well?
It's not water, but the trees start quite quickly. So you've got maybe like another 10 feet, 15 feet, and then trees start sprouting up, and then it's just trees and swamp beyond it.
How tall are these trees?
Tall. It's difficult
So we
to
can
judge.
hide in the trees then.
Yeah, you stay in the rock, we hide in the trees.
I mean, in the rock or just behind the rock?
Whichever you prefer.
I guess I can stay behind the rock, and if it seems like they're noticing me, I can always just blend into the rock.
Yeah.
Yeah, I think if there's like a woodland area or beginning to, it'd be a lot easier for us to hide into that for sure.
Mm.
So like,
And if anything goes wrong, I will probably flee toward you. if I try and hide and they find me.
Yeah.
If they have to kill him, we'll kill them. No worries.
Mm.
Yeah, I make my way towards the trees and find a tree that's relatively at the edge of this tree line. Are they sturdy enough to be able to climb them?
No.
Okay. Then I just try to blend in as well as possible behind trees, between trees, just so I'm not spotted immediately if someone looks in that direction.
Okay.
Yeah, same. I want to get some mud from the ground, I think, as well, and try to darken any bright bits on me.
All right. Okay. Cool. Right, I'm gonna be right back again because I'm struggling to get my eyes open. I'll be right back. And then we'll see what happens.
Okay.
Talk amongst yourselves.
Okay.
This is fine. We're fine.
I mean, they're just cultists, aren't they? I'm pretty sure. They'll just take one hit each. Be fine.
The
Plus
only
they're
thing
like-
that I'm worried about is that if we want to go back and blend in, we need to keep one of them alive because 4 left, unfortunately.
I just want to keep one alive so that we can talk to him. That's all I kind of like want now.
Yeah, that as well.
I can speak with dead. Not infinitely, but we can still get something even if they all die.
True. I'm trying to keep one alive though. So like on the last one, maybe just try to like specify. I'm going to try to incapacitate rather than go for fatal.
Use those new 1D&D grappling rules, right? Just an unarmed strike. A successful unarmed strike can be a grapple.
Okay.
You keep saying and I can't tell if it's sarcasm, but they're just cultists. But if they're only sending 4 with probably decently valuable things, because I would assume it's some form of tribute, they might be pretty beefy cultists.
Could be. Or they're just so confident, overconfident, that no one
Well,
ever messes with them.
Right, and we did know that they are. Oh, maybe I didn't ask that. The cult is mostly like humans, but I forget if we've identified specifically like the makeup of their escorting party, or if it's darkly hooded figures that may have tentacles under there.
True.
Too much Lovecraft.
Equally, another thing I was thinking of is like, we're not following them strictly, although we are. If they walk into us here, I mean, like, they walk past people in the street normally anyway, in like the main city. Like, they're not like necessarily evil things that are just going to strike the first thing. Us being here might be a bit weird, I guess, but
Again, we might not have been the first people to wander into here. It's not like there was an actual barrier that we had to fight our way through. It was just from one step to the other, we made it in here.
exactly.
We have this map. Cover story. We heard there was treasure out in this swamp. We bought this for 100 gold. This treasure map.
Anyone good at deception? It's out of curiosity. Oh, it's probably me actually.
Deception? No, -2.
Yeah, no,
+4, but okay.
Yeah, I am not good at deceiving. I'm much too honest.
I'm much too dumb.
I'll try to, if I have to, I'll try to do something. I think I'm better at persuasion rather than. Nope, I make these standard. Okay.
Nah, I can't persuade either. It's also -1. But if you want me to be stealthy or steal something, I'm very good at that.
I mean, I
don't really
have.
again, though.
I mean, I have magical means to make someone believe me. So if there's only,
I
don't
believe
know,
you,
4.
Rando.
Oh, I just
I
put
believe
myself
you.
frightened. I don't know why.
Right. So the plan: hide in trees and hide behind rock. Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Yep. Keeping an eye down the road.
Okay.
Listening for splashing as well, because
Naturally.
Well, got zone of truth as well. So if we do catch one, they have to tell us the truth.
Brakek, continuing your perception check from previously, make an investigation check against this rock.
Investigation.
Because I feel like I was slightly unfair with that. Okay. As the other two sort of separate and go off to their hiding spots, and you spend a bit of time with this rock, it doesn't feel like rock, or at least it does, but different. I've a few sort of slight knocks against it, and a more thorough investigation concludes that there's something up with it.
But in a different way than the stone giant. Knee, foot, whatever that.
Yeah.
Can I make just a quick attempt to like shove it, see if it gives? I know we gave that attempt down there.
Yeah, make a strength check. You put your back to it and heave, and this definitely feels like there's some give to it, or maybe it's rocking slightly. On the ground, it doesn't look like it moves, if that makes sense. There's no like evidence of it being moved or anything like that. Sarador and Temerity, like 5 or 10 minutes pass of you two hiding separately, and then you see Brekket go for like some pushes against the rock or to see if it will budge, and you don't see the rock budge, but you do see movement.
Movement where?
What sort of movement?
It's difficult to tell what kind of movement, but it does seem like the rock, or at least Brekket, moved.
Brekek, are you okay?
How far away is the tree line?
Not far, 10 to 15 feet.
Yeah,
Okay.
I'm 20 feet tops behind you somewhere.
This rock, it's not like a normal rock, but in a different way than the giant, and it feels like I can move it or something. But I don't think I'm strong enough on my own.
And I punched the rock and it felt like rock, and I frustratedly go back to see whether I see anything. Now that it has been pointed out to me, anything weird with it.
Not that you can see.
Push it.
You're gonna push it at the same time?
Let's all push it together.
Yeah, let's all push it together.
Okay.
And this is definitely not the same kind of Big Daddy rock we had before, no?
No. There's definite difference to it. One of you roll with advantage and one roll separately. For a strength check for me, sorry.
I already did one roll, so I'll do the non-advantaged roll.
I didn't do a roll.
So you want to roll?
I've got the best strength.
Yeah.
As in, this is a new check. One of you roll with advantage and one of you roll separately.
Yeah, I roll separately.
Can I do advantage then?
With the three of you kind of pushing different angles, but putting all your might behind it, Temerity, you do feel there being like some kind of give to it, but you can't pinpoint quite where. And nothing else happens.
So we can't tell whether the rock itself is moving or whether, I don't know, the ground is moving, the whole island is moving. We can't really tell whether the rock is moving.
It's difficult to pinpoint where the movement's coming from.
Why don't you try to go into the rock? Did you say you could go into rocks or something?
I can meld in. I can't do that very many times per day, but it is a thing I could attempt. I am thinking this vibration we felt when we do things with torches, what if that vibration was coming from that rock? If you two are by that rock and I give this one a little poke, maybe something will happen.
Worth a try. At this point, we're a little out of options, so let's
we're
try.
just killing time, aren't we?
The scenario I see in my head is they pull their cart over here, manipulate this torch, and secret door pops open. And with that, I take a swing at the torch.
Okay, make an attack roll.
Oh.
Your swing is a bit distracted. And you completely miss, and you kind of get yourself tangled up, and your mace is like flung off onto the ground behind you.
Which I do go and grab.
Go grab. Then Brakek, make a perception check for me. You notice as you turn and kind of come down this way slightly to pick up your mace, that from beyond the boulder you're stood behind, you see figures moving.
Oh, like on the land?
Mm-hmm.
Can I tell what kind of figures? Or I guess the other two are probably looking my way. I turn and I do a quick wave while I continue to try and look.
I wave back.
I'll try to work out what he's doing.
You see in the distance 4 people approaching. That's the way around. Hang on.
I'm going to try to hide and wander back into the trees if I can.
You see 4 people approaching and a cart and a donkey with them.
Oh, I see them now. I was zoomed in very far.
Yeah, I'm talking like far.
Okay, I thought you were talking like between these 2 lakes.
No.
Okay. Yeah, I'm gonna wander back.
You 2 haven't noticed this yet.
Okay.
I am going to seeing. I assume it's not a far reach for me to assume that this is the caravan we've been
Seems
waiting for.
Perfectly reasonable to assume.
Okay, so I am going to use, if I can, Gift of the Svirfneblin stealth thing, if I can find where that is in...
Mm-hmm. It's Svirfneblin camouflage. Underneath Channel Divinities.
Oh, gotcha. So I am going to use that for, I believe that is, advantage on stealth. I am going to, hiding as best I can, quickly run back over to the other rock. Well, I guess slowly to maintain stealth.
Okay.
Cutting a path to avoid the torchlight.
Yeah, it's easily done. You go back across to Temerity and Sarador,
and I whisper, "They're here. No more time to plan."
And now I'd wander back slowly
Yes.
hide.
Oh, that was quicker than expected. And I also go back to the trees and try to find a particularly wide tree to hide behind, but in a way that I can still see sort of over here.
And I'm immediately eyes on them. One, attempting to read lips if they're talking about, hey, I don't remember leaving a giant flaming stone giant on that island, but also paying attention to any path they're following or anything they interact with.
Okay, it's too far for you to read their lips.
Hmm.
Because we're talking like 100 feet, so it's too far to read lips. But you do see them from like this first torch, they walk almost directly to the next one. And then they stop and almost like they're finally noticing something's not right. They look up to look for the next torch to go towards, and there are no torches. And then they're aware of the stone giant that's there, just sort of like now embers, just lying on the ground. And you see the three sort of. There's one in. They're all wearing robes, like they're all wearing like an azure kind of blue robe, but only one of them has the hood up. The others have their hoods down, and you can just about make out sort of like two humans and a half orc. There we go. Sorry, and all of them are missing their left ear. And they start sort of like scrambling around, sort of starting to panic. And the one with the robe and the hood up looks to them and sort of gestures, and then does some arcane hand trickery, and all of the lights on the torches reappear, and they take all step over, donkey following.
Donkey following, pulling the cart. Okay.
Mm-hmm.
That was my question. Is it just them? Like they left the cart somewhere else? But okay.
Nope. The donkey's still there.
I assume the others. I assume the others can see what I can see, so I'm not trying to communicate any of this back to them. At least they could probably see the rekindling. So.
What time of day is it by now?
You can't tell.
Oh, okay.
It sounds dark and crickety, so.
One of the half orc comes over and looks at the body, and starts investigating and looking over it, and is turned away from you. And the other three are sort of holding station, keeping the donkey steady. You can see the wagon that the donkey's pulling is just full of crates and crates, boxes, and barrels. And then with the half orc investigating the creature, the undead stone giant, they then turn and they shake their head. You see the hooded figure then takes a step forwards, rekindles another light, and then they all step over onto the same part of the island as you.
When they are crossing the water, like, are they splashing through the water, or are they as if there's a platform?
Almost like there's a platform.
Oh.
I am still just, again, keeping an eye and now ear. I assume now I could lip read.
Yeah, they're closer now. You can't see the mouth of the hooded figure, but you can see like the other three, the two humans and half orc whose ears are missing, and they're just chattering amongst themselves. They seem on alert. They seem alerted to presence, and they begin to split off. One comes up this way, another comes forward to this rock, and then another comes over to this sort of dead tree.
Okay, and as they're getting near me, I will probably, if it feels like I'm getting cornered, I will probably go ahead and meld into my rock.
Okay.
So
Sorry, go on.
So, I mean, does it feel like I'm at that point now that they're sort of circling around?
Do you feel threatened?
From the geometry you have there, yes. So,
Okay.
I will quickly...
The hooded figure. So we have 2 humans and a half orc. In relation to those 3 other people, how tall are they? Are they the same size? Are they smaller? Are they taller that it matters? Or are they just roughly the same size?
They're all roughly the same size. Like any height difference is negligible to a few inches.
Yeah.
They're not.
But it's not.
Like,
they're not
drastic.
not a dwarf or a halfling or something like that.
No.
Okay.
As the hooded figure seems to be the one that the donkey and carriage is following, starts walking up this side of the lake and joining the second guy in the middle, the half-orc. And then you see the hooded cloak knock with his hand, sort of thump onto the nearest rock to him, and then comes over to the one you're next to, Breck. And
I'm now inside of.
yes, and you hear him and feel him sort of thump a sort of rhythmic bang a rhythmic pattern, into the rock, and then steps back away.
Can we hear this pattern?
No.
No. Okay.
You can't. You're like 20.
Yeah, that's what I'm asking.
But I can hear the one at least for the rock that I'm in.
It's nothing. It's nothing special. It just seems like a code,
Like shave and a haircut.
Yeah, that's the pattern they're going for.
Okay.
And then they all start unloading the wagon. And the 2 that are sort of keeping guard further away are watching out into the water, watching off into the islands, watching off in towards you. So I need both Temerity and Sarador to roll stealth for me. Actually, I need all of you to roll stealth for me.
Advantage.
Oh yeah, disadvantage. No, I'm not disadvantaged with you.
Oh, 17.
I need you to roll stealth as well, please, Brekek.
Yeah, one second. Oh. So...
It's a good thing that's the wrong roll, isn't it?
Well, no. So, this was actually me... Our plan was they would come knock on the stone when I should come out.
I was thinking
and
that.
my natural 1 intelligence check I just rolled, I would assume that that's them telling me it's time to come out.
Okay.
So I will step back out of the stone.
I thought that was a stupid one.
Okay.
Yeah, he's playing it. He's playing it right.
So as you step out of the stone, thinking your friends have just...
I mean, I'm not loudly out because I assumed that they would be coming to get me. Like, I'm picturing the wagon cross.
There's a few things that are happening right now.
Yeah.
So I'm going to explain what's happening and then explain why you're in such a kerfuffle.
I'll still roll stealth just in case it matters.
At this point,
it doesn't matter.
So as the 2 in the middle, the sort of hooded cloak and the half-orc are unloading the wagon, both rocks, the one you were in and are now kind of not in anymore, and the other one, there's like a sealed door slash flap essentially that kind of unfuses and then swings open, and emerging from both of them are two more. Both human-looking. They all have the robes on, but they both have the hoods down. These two have like shaved heads, and they've you can see, especially on the closest one to you, like quite a scarred face, missing the left ear, same as the others. And as you step out of the stone is when the flap opens and you basically collide into each other. So there's like a cacophony of "Sir, sir, we have intruders, we've heard them," and also, "Sir, one's here, attack!" There's a few things that can happen here. Either Temerity and Sarador can leave Breck to his fate, or you can all jump in, but I need whoever is going to jump in to roll initiative for me. Please.
This is fine, also. They're not even undead giants.
They are not.
Wow, that's a lot of good initiative rolls. Okay, so we're going to swap over the music. This is what it looks like to everyone, by the way. And then we're going to hit begin combat. Bosh. Sarador, quickest off the mark as you see, you can perceive what's about to happen. You know that you agreed if you guys knock on the rock, Breck will appear. And then seeing these people appear and knock on the rock, you think, "Ah, god damn it." So you're kind of on your toes, ready to pounce, basically.
Can you remove my buff? So it's only a 10-minute long buff.
Oh, that's definitely, yeah, that's long gone.
I want to think that I've got that at some point. Thank you. Okay. And they made aggressive signs, which is why I'm jumping in combat to go for Breck, yeah?
It would appear so, yes. I mean, they shouted to attack, so that usually has an implication.
Should probably jump in then. Okay. I'm gonna jump 20. Well, run 20 feet over here. I don't know if I'd like. I was just gonna stay away from him, like kind of as if they're attacking us and we weren't waiting for them. I don't know. Maybe something's in that. And I'm going to swing for this one, who looks to do Breck some harm.
Okay.
And hopefully not regret it.
Oh, hang on. Sorry, I haven't got their sheet up. That hits easily.
Okay. I'll do a damage on this one, see what happens.
Do a damage. Okay. You charge in, and as you do, you swing your great axe, and you basically cut this guy straight from his collarbone down to his groin, and he just sort of sloths in half in front of you.
Okay, that's a good start. And then I'll bonus action. Right, they won't like me now, will they? They won't like me at all. Sorry, what spells do I want to do as a bonus action right now? I can Shield of Faith someone. I'll Shield of Faith again. No, but I'll just hold my. Can I throw a javelin as like my second attack, or is it 2 attacks with my melee weapon?
It would have to be 2 melee attacks.
Okay, I thought so. Okay, I'll just get back behind the rock slightly. I can't make my mind up. No, I won't. I'll just stay there. I'll stay there.
Okay.
And just you know, as I was shouting, like, stay away from him, and so, like, see? And then that'd be it.
I bump into the guy, see you cut him in half, and go, "Why did you knock on the rock? They're right here."
But that wasn't us.
Temerity.
Okay. I'm still hidden in the woods. I haven't come out yet. So I would like to throw my spear at the one down here. Do I get to roll with advantage because I'm still hidden?
I don't think so.
Okay, then I just roll normally. I still throw my spear at him.
Hang on.
I think it's over 20 feet, isn't it? So it would be disadvantage.
No, it's
No, this
it's,
is 20 feet.
Yeah, it's
Oh.
within 20 feet, so you do get advantage.
Okay. Then I'll roll again. Same roll, didn't even matter.
Nice. Okay. So you throw your javelin, and it basically impacts straight through his eye, straight through his forehead, and his body just falls, and the spear embeds through him further.
Okay. That's it. I'm moving then to pick up my spear again. And that's my turn.
Okay. I'm gonna get rid of this ambient sound because it's driving me insane.
Oh,
There we
Yeah.
go. Okay.
Wow.
So do that to update the map.
Almost didn't realise it was there.
The swamp's
How it
gone-
was so
I know.
swamp's gone quiet.
It's great
Something's
for a
wrong.
while, but when you're on the same map the whole time, it can get very grating. This guy, this is one of the humans that came with the hooded figure, is going to just run up and kind of stand ready to attack anyone that comes within range. And then this fellow, this lovely fellow, is going to tell you, Temerity, to flee.
Okay.
You need to roll a wisdom saving throw. Okay. So you rolled and nothing happens. He sort of you see him cast a spell, and there's like no effect, and he kind of grins to himself slightly and steps back behind his 3 minions. No to there. This guy is also going to prepare Brekek.
Coming to terms with what's happening now, after being initially very confused. I think I will go ahead and once again, we're all within range. Less the three of us.
Last spot. Love it.
Okay.
And then not being actively in combat, I will not actively in melee range, I will move behind the rock, clearly, sort of just around the corner, keeping an eye on Saradur, but breaking line of sight from the others.
Makes sense.
And that's all I'm doing.
Okay, that guy's dead. That guy's dead. This guy is holding position. Sarador!
Ooh. Okay. Now I'm pretty sure these two are both like ready to strike if I get near, aren't they? They look ready.
They
Would you say?
They look ready to fight.
Okay. Trying to think if that matters. Nah. Okay. I'm gonna be silly.
Okay.
Charge in there.
So you take 13 misses. So as you run towards the two, they both take swings at you, but you manage to just deflect them away without any problems. Absolutely no worries.
So I was thinking, I was like fainting as I run in, like, I'm gonna go left, I'm gonna go right, nope, I'm gonna go here. I'm gonna swing down at the one straight in front of me, trying to carve him down vertically, if I can.
Go for it.
Target him first.
Nice.
I think it's gonna be very vertical. Re-rolls that as well.
Yeah, I mean, there isn't much left of him after you're done. You carve down into him and he just splits into you. You basically like bifurcate him easily.
And then on the reverse, as it goes, I go down for that one, and then on the reverse swing on the right hand side, just gonna like pull the other one up on the reverse of the great axe.
Okay.
To swing at the one on the right as well.
That still hits.
Oh, wow. Less helped out there.
Again. This time, as you swing back upwards, you manage to catch just enough of the head to like take sort of the top of his head off. And the half-orc and one of the humans that originally came with the group are now no more.
Okay, and I'm just going to say, keep this one alive, and I'm just going to move forward. I think I've got 5 more. I was 25 to there, so I'm just going to move right into this one, just letting everyone know to keep the hooded one alive. Hopefully.
Yep. Okay, I'm moving first there and then over here, so that's 40 feet movement. And I'm attacking the hooded one with an unarmed strike, but intentionally just trying to knock him out, not killing him. Obviously, I don't know how strong he is, but my intention is not to kill him, but to knock him out.
Non-lethal. Or non-fatal, I guess. That works.
Yeah.
What?
Wait,
What?
30 to hit, was that?
Yeah, I have +8.
Oh, plus the D. Wow.
Alright. Okay. 7 points damage.
If that doesn't do it again, so if that doesn't do it, then I'm doing it again. Same thing, trying to knock him out. I targeted myself, apparently. And if that doesn't do it, I'm spending a key point to do Flurry of Blows again without wanting to kill. Does that still hit?
It does not.
Okay, but I have one more. Shit.
Nope.
Alright, that's my turn.
No, it's not. Roll a d4 for me.
Oh shit, okay.
Yeah, roll damage.
On the flurry of blows?
Mm-hmm. Okay. Salvador, you take 5 points of bludgeoning damage as Temerity just, like, jabs you in the face.
Sorry. Didn't mean to.
You I hit with the axe last week. We're even.
Okay. He turns the cloaked figure turns to you, Temerity, and holds out his hand and grabs hold of you, and does 14 hit?
16.
Okay. Nothing happens.
Okay. What are you doing?
Yeah, okay. Brekek.
So I take a shot from his own playbook. Oh, I have everyone targeted still. Don't want to do that. A shot from his own playbook, and I shout, grovel. I say, grovel before your betters. That's a DC 16 Wisdom save.
He makes it.
Dang.
Wait. Oh wait, no, never mind. He does not have Bane. We have Bless. Okay. And then I guess I don't have anything special to do. Do I stay behind my nice safe rock? I'll move. I'll move just like 10 feet out, so I'm in front of the rock. Make an intimidating face, and that's my turn.
Sounds like a plan. Oops. Dead. This one is going to take a swipe at you, Sarador. Boom. In fact,
Don't blame him.
never mind.
Does he hit his mate?
Oops.
Oh no, don't kill him.
No, he's fine. He does, however, take another swing. Still misses. These guys are awful. He takes a swing with a scimitar and just misses his cloaked accomplice, and then takes another swing, and you just bat the scimitar away, and like this pathetic creature, human, just stands there staring at you. Sort of, you can see fear, but also like dogged determination in his face that just says, you know, I'm gonna get you. But there's not a lot you can really do. Now your turn.
In retaliation, then, I'll lift my axe up above my head, swing down at this one, trying to like go for like a diagonal cut across his chest. And fail.
Roll a d4 for me.
Sure.
I might have to pull out the old heels after all.
You're okay.
Okay.
You don't hit anything. You go to swing, but it just kind of gets stepped out of the way, and you just swing into nothing.
Oh, we're going to kill this one, then backhand the main dude, but I'll have to go for another one on this one then. I'm actually gonna, swing down, and then I'm just gonna kind of like thrust it up into his jaw, I guess, and for the return.
Okay. That's
Not much better.
who's this on? The one that slashed at you?
Yeah.
This bottom boy.
Want to finish off that one?
Okay. You swing down and you make contact, and you've kind of gouged out quite a big chunk of his side, but he is still just about standing.
Fair enough. I'll stand my ground.
Stand my ground. All right.
Need to end my turn, sorry.
Temerity.
I elbow the dude with the hood in the face. Still trying to knock him out instead of killing him.
Okay. 9 points. Still standing. Takes the elbow like a champ. You can still hear him kind of like laughing under his hood.
Okay, then I punch him again, being fueled now by the laughter and getting quite annoyed at him. I just bam, 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 just punch him in the face, still trying to knock him out. Just go down.
Okay. 9 points. He's not undead, he's unconscious. I can't remove that one, never mind. You give him a good elbow in the face, and this time the laughing stops, and he starts getting really uncertain on his feet, and he just drops to his knees and falls to the floor.
Okay. Let me just check whether, because I can't do flurry of blows because I'm moving in between. I'm just quickly checking whether I have a bonus action that would be helpful here. No, that's my turn.
Dead,
That's all.
dead. Bracket.
Okay. Well, I guess seeing that happen, I will reach out and point and start yelling mathematical formulae at the one remaining standing cultist and cast Sacred Flame.
What-
Shouting my divine justice.
What mathematical formula are you shouting at him? In great detail, please.
Probably some, let's see. No, it's been way too long since college. So we'll say the quadratic equation. Nope, I don't even remember that off the top of my head.
Isn't it
So I guess I'm yelling gibberish.
a squared plus b squared?
A squared plus b squared minus 4ac, square root of a squared plus b squared minus 4ac all over 2a. Yeah. Except I don't remember where the square root goes. Anyway, that's what I'm yelling.
I see.
Although something more
All
arcane.
of that. Everything that you just said.
Although, what languages do I know? I'm definitely yelling it in some other language. I don't know where to see that, but in undercommon.
All right. Okay.
So DC 16 Dex save.
DC 16 dex save. I'm not hopeful. Yeah, okay. Roll your damage. I'm completely overcome by being barely standing anyway. Just being overwhelmed by mathematical stuff, and also having like this boiling hot flame thrown at him. The cultist just disintegrates and dies. And we come
There we go. I actually, the dying breath, I say e to the negative I pi equals -1. That's the Euler equation. So
Okay. I'll take your word for
it. That's what did him in.
I'll believe you.
Wow.
Okay. With everyone vanquished, silence passes over. The hatch is still open to both rocks. And the bodies are now laying on the floor.
Well,
I take out my rope and I tie this one up.
you're quite stealthy, Temerity. Maybe you hop down at one of these holes and see if there's any more.
Yeah, if you keep an eye out. And-
You tied him up. I also stuff some sort of rag in his mouth.
Maybe
so that he can't cast for now.
Yeah. Maybe you guys could have a look at the bodies and potentially strip them if we need their clothes.
That's true. I'll
I'll stay on top of this one here so we can't run or do anything. I guess I can check the two next to me. Or three.
You said there's a hatch on this one as well?
Yep.
Okay, I'll climb down that hatch. Stealthily.
Make a stealth check.
Scream if you see anyone. Well, if they see you at least.
Alright.
Okay. Alright. Temerity, you climb into the hatch and it takes you into what looks like a small underground cavern. There's roots of a tree that you've climbed through, but you came through a stone. It doesn't seem to make much sense. It's almost like this was built and then reformed upstairs, like reformed on the surface.
Okay. What do I hear? Do I hear anything? Any noises? Any people talking?
Nope. Silent.
Okay. The crates that they had are still upstairs, right?
Yes.
Okay. I silently and slowly, just to honestly not make any noise, I make my way a few feet down the corridor, maybe to here.
Okay. It just seems like a cavern carved out of stone with like root trees everywhere. Tree roots even, sorry. But there are torches lit periodically throughout, and you keep taking steps down stepping down these steps that have been dug into it. It seems fairly calm right now.
I go a few more feet to look down the next sort of part of it. If I still don't see or hear anything significant, at this point I'm gonna make my way out.
Ahead of you, through like a thinner passage, you see what looks to be bedrolls and sort of basic camping equipment made up a bit further down.
Okay. But still no voices or anything?
Nope.
Okay, I make my way back out.
Okay.
As I come back out, I look around. There's some sort of cavern down there. Doesn't seem as if there's anyone down there. I couldn't hear anything, see anything. There's some bedrolls and a camp though.
Okay. I suppose in the meantime that Temerity was down there, we would have searched the bodies and taken the cloaks, maybe?
Yeah, I searched at least these two, if you searched those, including the unconscious fellow. I also have one other thing after the searching, but
just having a look through the bodies, there doesn't seem to be anything particularly of value. If you through the bodies and through the clothes of the deceased especially, there isn't particularly anything of value. The cloaked guy hasn't got well, they don't seem to be carrying anything. They just seem to be transporting, you know. What was the other thing you wanted to do? Sorry.
So I also stripping them, and I would use mending to. I don't think I can remove blood, but to fix the giant axe slashes through the clothing. That's something I can do later, but taking at least a couple pieces of their clothing.
Okay.
But the other thing I wanted to do was to begin writing an update of killed undead stone giant that was disguised as a rock, hid out on third bit of land behind some stones, encountered caravan, secret tunnels under rocks. That part being, I guess, once Temerity had come back up to tell us that, I add that last line on, and I would send that through the documancy satchel back to the partners.
Okay.
Can I make a point of tying the donkey cart up to something?
Yeah. There's
Like
like a
dead
sort of,
bodies.
there's a dead tree trunk underneath
That's
where
better.
Breck is right now, so you could tie it up to that. They've unloaded like 2 or 3 boxes, but the wagon is still fairly full. Some of them seem to be open and have things like food on them. Others are sealed shut.
Okay. Well, I guess we can look at these goods in a minute, but I was thinking we take the one left over and we can question them downstairs if it's clear, mostly clear.
Yeah, maybe not go too deep in case there's more surprises to be found, but certainly get out of this environment we've been in far too long.
You say that. I mean, like I said before, only cultists. And then I'll drag. That's not the right one. I'll drag this the dude down to there.
Okay. So the unconscious guy gets dragged. Are you staying?
This is the unconscious guy, isn't it?
Oh yeah, sorry.
Okay, cool. Just making sure we didn't mess up.
They all look the same when they've got their skulls over them. Okay, so are you staying on the surface, or are you?
I want to take him downstairs.
Okay. I want to stay by the cart. I don't feel good if we all leave the cart behind. But I also potentially could be of use in interrogating.
Well, what do you want to do with the cart? I mean, we can make use of the food that we found. If you want to open up the sealed boxes and see what's in there to figure out, and then we can go downstairs, but we can't really do anything with the food. We can take the cart back and steal it and keep it for ourselves, but...
Yeah, I was thinking we take it back and sell whatever we can when we get back to town.
Yeah, but I don't think it's more valuable right now than the dude.
That's true. I'm worried there may be something else in these other crates, but maybe it is just a food delivery.
We'll find out.
Okay. I'll come down with you.
I mean, we can open the crates first. I'm quite curious to see what's in there.
Well, let me take this one down. If you guys want to search the crates, while I'll take this one down. I'll do that. You guys have a look. But we haven't seen anyone else around here all day, so I don't think I was going to wander up and start opening crates.
Yeah.
Okay. I would say just until we're all together, maybe even if he rouses, don't let him speak. He seemed to at least think he had a silvery tongue.
Okay.
And I
Didn't work for me.
Well, since when has anyone been able to charm you?
True.
I walk back over to the cart and, I guess, prepare to wreck these crates.
All right.
Yeah.
Um,
Same. I help.
Gently rest the
Explosive.
graves.
okay. They are sealed shut. You'll need something to leverage them open.
Not at all. No, I encountered traps in my earlier journeys. Does there appear to be? Is it just a simple seal, or does it appear to be like magically or otherwise trapped?
They just seem to be nailed shut.
Okay.
I use my spear to try and lodge it in, and then put my weight on it to try and open it.
Okay. Make a strength check.
Can I? Okay.
It takes some time, and some kind of geometry, but eventually they do come out, and they come loose. The sight inside is not pleasant. Inside the crates that you open, at least you open like 3 or 4, and inside are slab upon slab upon slab upon slab of like a deep grey kind of tinge of blue, tinge of green meat of some form. The smell it gives off is disgusting, like proper rancid smell, and it seems to have been sliced almost perfectly within like maybe 2 inches thick, like 4 or 5 foot square, and they're just piled on top of each other with sort of thin sheets between them to keep them from sticking together. In some of the barrels are Breck, make a medicine check for me.
Oh.
Well, you have a good modifier. It's not too bad.
You open a barrel, and there's some kind of liquid inside. You can feel it sloshing around as you kind of try and pry it open. When you do open it, it smells just as bad as the meat. It's thick, it's gloopy, kind of. It's like an off-white kind of colour.
Oh.
With tinge of yellow in it.
Ooh.
And it's liquid in the broadest sense of the term, in that when you like move it, it's like a very thick gravy. It's not good.
Does anything about this disgusting meat and gravy remind me of the undead stone giant?
No, this seems different.
And we can't see any skin, bone, hair, or anything. We can just see flesh in this gloopy liquid.
You want to experience things, Breckett?
I was gonna say I dip a pinky in. No burning or anything.
No, it's cold.
Cold, but it comes like, is it like dipping in?
When you stick your finger in, it feels like it feels liquidy, but then when you go to pull your finger out, it's almost suctions, and it's like almost like a putty that just sticks to your finger and like rises as you lift your finger out.
So do I come out cleanly, or it's kind of on there?
There's a bit of a slurp and a pop, and you eventually get your finger free. There's no residuum left on your finger, but it smells.
Smells. I'm going to taste that finger, lick it clean. Just
make a Constitution saving throw.
Oh, great.
Okay.
Svirfneblin do have a distinct palate.
Oh no.
You take 14 points of poison damage.
Oh no.
As your finger makes contact with your tongue, you just feel your tongue go numb, and then your entire mouth goes numb, and then there's like a disgusting taste in the back of your mouth that kind of spreads down your throat, and then the numbness seems to follow right down into your chest.
On a 19!
And
I thought, don't eat it.
Are you okay?
Mm-hmm.
I pull him back from the barrel.
Mhm.
Just don't put random things into your mouth.
it takes... There's no like immediate respite from it either. It's a long-standing kind of feeling. Your tongue doesn't come back to you even after a few seconds. You're not your immediate medical knowledge knows you're not poisoned or anything, but it's bad.
Try. I won't continue to do the my tongue is numb voice, but
How's his finger
What?
feeling and looking? How is he looking?
I mean, he looks fine.
I still look gray in the face, a bit pallid, but that's my normal color.
I put the lid back on. Let's deal with that later.
You know, the aftertaste isn't so bad. We should get Sarador to lick some, but okay,
No,
maybe
we
not.
shouldn't.
Maybe not.
Let's go and
Okay.
find him.
I'll head on down.
Okay.
Yeah, me too.
As we walk, saying, "What? I wonder what they're using that for. Is that beast food and drink, or something more malicious?"
It seems like from a I don't know. There's no skin. There's no bones. There were no faces, no noses, no ears. Just flesh. And that thing.
Unless that goop was faces and noses, but I'd rather not think about that right now.
We can deal with that later. Let's just go and find Sarador.
You go down into the cavern, and Sarador is kind of just has just managed to drag the unconscious person down the stairs, and is a little bit ahead of you, basically.
Right, you said there were beds somewhere. Should we, I feel like I should clear the place out to be sure. I don't know.
Well, yeah, around the corner or around this bend here, and then straight down there's beds. We can carry him down there.
Yeah, I've got him. Maybe you go ahead.
Yeah, go ahead.
Stealthily, sneaky.
I was
We'll
gonna say,
clear the whole way.
As I'm walking in, I'm also going to touch myself and cast a little cure wounds.
Okay.
Yeah, I sneak. I sneak again down the corridor towards.
Make a stealth check.
I'll stay
where's
20
the
behind.
bed?
You restore 6 points of hit points back to yourself. Temerity, you think you're being fairly quiet.
And I go where I found where I saw the beds, the camp.
Yeah, it's... Stop zooming in, goddammit. Oh, there we go. You don't see anybody as you approach, but you do see a kind of small little hideout, a little base of operations.
Is the fire still lit?
Yeah.
Okay, guys, the coast is clear.
Okay, and I'd say I was probably going to sound like 20, 30 feet, roughly estimate behind her, dragging that body, well, the person with me the whole way.
Okay.
And I'll follow behind him, keeping an eye on the body, watching for if he begins to rouse.
Let's do it inside here.
What's up there? I haven't seen that yet.
Oh, a better quality bed, it seems.
What? Oh, I only saw a table.
Okay.
So,
Hmm.
I'm thinking we bring him round. I cast Zone of Truth, and we ask him all sorts of questions.
So there was another rock that they came out of, correct? This is just one of the two.
Oh yeah, true. Yeah.
So that's fine. It feels odd if these are just little hidey holes, so I would want to look around and see if there are, maybe I guess just in this room for now, see if there appear to be any hidden doors in here.
Make an investigation check.
Can I guide myself?
Yeah.
Okay. Minds.
Technically, you could have guidance to yourself for everything, pretty much everything you've done today.
Yeah, I know, but I didn't think of it, and I don't think Breck would either. That's how I make myself feel better about that.
Okay.
What?
I don't know where the D20 went, but
No.
21. You have a look around, and you're almost definitely certain that there are no hidden doors or passageways or trapdoors or anything in the vicinity of where you are right now.
Okay. I guess maybe this was just a hidey hole. Is that like a brazier or?
Yeah, it is.
bonfire?
It's just a brazier.
Okay.
The crates and barrels that are down here, do they look the same as the ones that we left upstairs?
They look similar to the ones that have food in them. They're just empty.
Okay, yeah. So, plan is Zone of Truth. So he can't tell a lie.
Yeah,
Right.
as long as he fails to resist.
I can. Oh no, I can't help with that. Well, I can help with that, but. Okay, yeah. I think that's a good enough plan. He's looking pretty roughed up. Temerity kind of let him have it. If he would have just gone down sooner.
I asked him too. He didn't want to.
I asked him to bow down too. He wanted the pain, I guess. Anyway.
Okay. Temerity, why don't you stand behind him? Because if he tries to cast anything, you can get ready to just punch him down again, maybe.
Oh.
And I can Zone of Truth. I'll use my lay on hands ability to bring him round if that's an acceptable way of bringing him round.
And before we rouse him, I'll just say that if he can't lie to us, but if we aren't satisfied we learned enough, I can always speak with his friends upstairs. At least one of them.
Okay.
Maybe whatever we get from him will give us a more focused list of things we'd want to ask.
Okay.
Okay.
Sounds good.
As you start to rouse the hooded figure, his hood comes down from over his head, and you notice, or you see, you don't just notice, you see that not only is he missing his left ear, he's also got no eyes. His eyes are missing, and instead they seem to have just been stitched up in crosses across his eye, where his eyes should be, and like his face is kind of mutilated in other ways, like it's covered in scars and just starting to bruise from where he's been pounded down, obviously.
I did quite a number on him, guys. I didn't think I punched his eyes out.
Mm-hmm.
We use one lay on hands. I don't know how I've done that right. But...
just how many points do you want to use?
Just use one, I think, just to rouse him, if that's okay.
All right, okay. You pump a hit point into him, and if he does eventually come around, and starts sort of like groaning and like he would be sort of scrunching his eyes if he had any, but he still moves his head as if he's looking around at the three of you, and you hear like a soft, weak chuckle from him.
Don't think about casting anything. We'll go right back down again.
Yeah, I'll actually position that I'm a little more behind as well. Just
All right.
up the intimidation.
I would like to ready an unarmed strike just in case I notice him casting something verbally, because he's still tied up, so I assume he wouldn't be able to do it thematically, but if I notice him casting anything, I want to ready an unarmed strike.
Okay. Sounds good. With that,
okay,
we will end the session there this week. Give you a week to think of questions and such.
we're all in this zone of truth, by the way.
You've got your zone of truth up. You have everything ready, and now you have a week to think of questions. Good job, everyone. Nobody died.
Well, a lot of people died.
I was sure we were gonna die a couple times there, so.
Oh yeah.
And yeah, that was a good session. We'll pick up next week with the interrogation of the cultist. See what you can come up with. See what you can garner and glean. And yeah, I think that went well. We'll be back next Saturday, assuming everyone's free. I think everyone's free.
Mm-hmm.
So it's back next Saturday. The following Saturday is my birthday, so we're not playing on the 17th. Just FYI. I mean, I say that, I might change my mind. At the moment, we're not playing on the Saturday. Oh, you're not here.
I'm not here.
You're not here.
Yeah,
We're not
Burris.
playing because Burris is busy, so that's fine. We might still do
You
something
guys can
else.
do a one shot, you know.
Yeah, Rando can run.
Yes, I'm totally prepared for that.
There we go. Rando's running on the 17th. Nice. And then we'll be back to normal after the 24th, or on the 24th. So yeah, we'll be back next week for more fun and games, more shenanigans. And yeah, I think that's it. I don't think there's anything else I need to say. There's probably something I'm forgetting. Scale.
Tuesday.
Yeah, I was going to say Scales should be back on Tuesday, depending on Forge. It worked fine today, and I bet it will work absolutely fine during the day on Tuesday until I get home and try and load it up for Scales, and then we'll see. But yeah, this Tuesday just gone was a mess and a disaster, so hopefully it will have fixed itself by next Tuesday. So yeah, we'll see you on Tuesday for the next episode of Scales of Destiny. Yeah. Goodbye, everyone. Have we got a raid? Do we have a raid? We have a raid. Yeah, we'll go and raid these guys. So go and say hello to these people. And continue being cool and awesome. Until next time. Bye, everyone.
Bye.
Bye.
Bye.